All this week, we've been bringing you brunch ideas, and we're wrapping things up today with a hangover cure in a bun. My brunch burger with a maple Dijon drizzle, we're staggering out of bed for. Plus, how about a hair of a dog idea I've got for you? A delicious drink to wash it down with. I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner DeeAs. Now, we've had some of our favorite chefs sharing their ideas for brunch all this week, and today, I'm taking a turn just in time for the weekend, bringing you brunch in burger form. Yeah, I couldn't resist it. And thanks to the extensive research that I do for the show, I happen to know it doubles as a hangover cure. Well, you know, I have to have some fun, too, with a cocktail once in a while here. It's a brunch burger with a maple Dijon drizzle, but to get to the hangover, here's a little help. Actually, this is a very light adult beverage. It's very fancy, actually, in a way, and it's perfect if you have friends over or just want some fun fizz with your food. Now, I have some oranges, some limes, and some mint. This is the base for what's gonna happen. Now, we're gonna have some half moons that I've sliced up on this side here, and all I just did on that side of it all is I took a lime and I cut it in half, I turned it inside, and then all I just did was I just worked my way around, and as you can see, that's a half moon. Now, I already got this one kind of going for me for what I need. Squeeze it right into a pitcher of your choice. Now I'm going empty in for the pitcher first. I'm going to also do the same thing for my oranges, and I like to be able to get the juices in there, and you can keep that fruit in there as well. Now this is up to you with how much fruit you like to have inside this. Now I like quite a bit of that punchiness of real fresh fruit, so I go for 1.5 orange, 1.5 lime, and again, half as much fun as you want in it as you would like. The smell of citrus always just kind of gets me excited. And since this is a brunch idea, like this is kind of just going to get everyone going for a nice party at the house. You deserve it. You had a long week of work. It's the weekend now. You're like, come on, like keep the party going. We're just going to give a little fresh right there. And we're going to go into some mint. Now, mint over here, a real trick to this one here is you don't want to do too much with it. What you want to do is take a little bit into your hand here, and all you want to do, slap it, slap it. What I like to do is just give it a nice little bit of a roll here. That's it. Just slap and roll. It opens up and activates the mint. And it's not going to totally bruise it. We're going to get a little bit of a muddle going for it in just a little bit, but it's just going to start to awaken it, and that's what we just want to do. So again, slap, nice little roll, and that's that. We can kind of do a quick little muddle, and that's all I'm going to just do is just kind of push it in, muddle it with our limes, with our oranges, and that's still going to activate it as well. Now, what I have found has been one of the best pieces to this entire beverage is Grand Marnier. I love the smell of that citrus because of that orange. The Grand Marnier has that hint of orange inside. So I like to add just a little bit in here. I also like to go with just a little bit of brandy. I said this was a fancy drink, so let's make it a little fancy. Now, for you at home, you could be doing this and making sure that you've got a club soda and a simple sugar solution and you have everything that you want. But this Sprite was already ready to rock and roll. It's already saying, please give me all of that effervescence and that bubbliness. It was already ready to get right out of the bottle like that. And you're getting already some of that sugar that you would have had from a sugar, the sugar solution here. But you're also getting the bubbles, that carbonation, which I really, really like. Now here's your choice to have as much fun as you want. Now if you want to use a Prosecco and just do a sparkling white wine, go right ahead. You got some champagne, do that as well. I've got some cava over here, and so that is why I'm using cava, and that's why this is a sangria. Cava here. You ready? 1, 2. Opa. Cheers to you, my friends. And all we're going to do is we're just going to pour this straight in. Now I swear that this is actually a wooden spoon. This is not just a giant straw, but This is so good, you're gonna be tempted to try to find one, all right? We're gonna give this just a quick little stir so we can make sure that the orange and the lime and the mint that was kind of pushed and muddled at the bottom, it gets all the way up to the top here, and it mixes with our brandy, with our Grand Marnier, that Sprite, and of course our cava. And that's it, the bottle's empty, and this is gonna go straight into the fridge. Now we want these flavors to kind of come together for a little bit here, so this can sit in here for about 30 minutes, or if you're really that thirsty, you can cut corners, get a nice ice glass, and already start pouring. To grab the recipes for this beverage and my brunch burger, go to dinnerdeas.com. Find us on your phone with scanning the QR code down in the corner of the screen. Just open the camera app on your phone, the regular one that you take photos with, and point at the TV. When that box is in the corner and big enough and in focus, a link to us will pop up right on your phone. Now, this whole sandwich brunch burger needs the structure of a brunch item. A frozen hash brown. What doesn't get more brunch than just that? And now I'm following the instructions of it, and this just says for me to be able to do this at 390 for 10 minutes, and that's all we're gonna do. Your instructions might have different instructions to go with, so just follow them accordingly. If you wanna pop it into the oven, you certainly can, but they might take a little longer. And if I was to do that, I might just keep the oven going though, because I wanna make bacon. Now, when you get bacon, who doesn't love really crispy, firm bacon like this? This is bacon. When I think of bacon, I want a bacon strip. Now, you could do a cast iron skillet, but it's gonna curl up. But if I can do this off of a cooling rack and a sheet pan, it's all I need. This is a restaurant tip here, folks, that you could be able to do bacon in batch, have it ready to go, and this is where you're gonna get perfect strips of bacon every single time. All I did here was I just took a little bit of a Pam spray just over our cooling rack here, laid my bacon out onto it, and I'm gonna put this into the oven here at 375 for about 10 minutes here. Now this is gonna also be determining the thickness of our bacon. So 10 minutes is a good barometer to check on it. If you got a thicker cut of bacon, you might need a couple extra minutes. We're gonna take a break while we begin this brunch burger. When we come back, how to make the quick homemade breakfast patty that makes this brunch burger so beautiful. Ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. Taking a break from dinners to bring you brunch ideas this week. And since I love a burger, we have a brunch in a bun. My brunch burger with a maple Dijon drizzle and a delightful adult beverage to go with it. Before the break, I whisked up my white cava sangria for a bubbly brunch, slicing orange and lime and juicing them in a pitcher, adding brandy, Grand Marnier, and some muddled mint leaves. Then we saved ourselves from having to make simple sugar by using Sprite, then added chilled cava on top of that, stirring gently so as not to kill the fizz, and letting it sit in the fridge to bring the flavors together. Then we started on the brunch burger, cooking up ready-made frozen hash brown patties in our air fryer, and then using the secret chef technique cooking bacon, not in a skillet, but on a cooling rack in the oven. So we started with those hash browns, those golden brown. They smell ready to go. Like, I just love hash browns. This is like the key to this entire brunch burger. Those look really good. But I can get a little hint of that. I'm getting a hint in the smell of the bacon, which has been cooking away over here in our oven. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Absolutely fantastic. These look great. We're going to just let them rest. And this is straight from a restaurant. This is a little trick. Now, the only difference that I did here from what you saw as my demonstration was I took a bacon slice that was raw and I cut it in half before I put it onto this sheet pan. And so you might have a little bit of a curl here and there just because it doesn't have all of that surface area to work with. But when I put this onto the burger, I'm getting bacon in every bite, and that is exactly what I want. But those, ready to go. Now let's go have some fun with the burger patty. Now this already is just a little bit of some 80-20 ground beef that's inside my bowl here, and I've got a pound worth of that already waiting to be mixed in with the star. Breakfast sausage. It's a little pound here. That's all that it is. And we're just going to squeeze it right out from its container here. And so it's a 50-50 mix here of the ground beef and our pork breakfast sausage, which is just really fun and different here. I'm going to take a little bit of some gloves here because I'm going to make our patty mix. Now our patty mix is really, really simple, folks. Stuff that you have inside the pantry that you can already go with. Salt, pepper, garlic powder. Okay, and something that I'm sure you have inside the pantry as well. It's maple syrup, okay? This is not the fancy stuff. This is just the approachable, ready to go. You might have a famous brand inside your fridge. Go for it. In your pantry there, go for it. Just a little bit to bring this all together. And I'm just using my hands to work in the breakfast sausage with the ground beef, the salt and pepper and garlic powder, and of course, it wouldn't be brunch without a little syrup, that maple syrup that just kind of brings it and binds it all together. Now we've got to have a lot of action going on to this burger here. So I don't want to go too crazy with the size of the patty because it's already an over-the-top brunch burger as it is. So I'm looking for about a nice golf ball, or excuse me, a little more than a golf ball here, a little bit less than a baseball, if you will. So somewhere in between that size, and that's kind of what I got, more like a tennis ball, if you will. And all I have here is probably about 6, maybe about 5 ounces, I'd say, is in my hands here. And we're gonna make a nice little ball here, and I've got a nice hot pan that's already waiting for me. We're gonna just hit it with just a little bit of some oil. And I'm gonna take that ball here, and I'm going to get that nice sizzle, that nice sound of it meeting that hot pan. For a wonderful weekend brunch for you and the family, grab the recipe for my brunch burger and the details on my custom drink at dinnerdeas.com. Just scan the QR code with your phone to find us while we watch. All right. We're going to get that first little bit to hit on the surface, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to push it in. I'm going to make just like a nice little bit of a well here. I'm just going to use my 2 fingers over here. And this is going to help for me to be able to have a nice even surface. And so that way then it doesn't roll back up. A little indentation on that. Now you saw that I'm not putting any salt and pepper because I've already put it inside our patty. But now I've got a nice little bit of an indentation for me to get a nice sear. It's going to shape up really nice. And what I'm looking for is a nice, beautiful hockey puck. That's what I'm going for. Our patties need time to reach perfection, so we're taking a quick break. When we come back, the super simple sauce that really sets my brunch burger apart from a regular, boring breakfast sandwich. None of that anymore. Ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz, or rather Brunch Diaz, for at least one more day. As we're wrapping up a week of ideas for all of us who need a little extra something between breakfast and lunch. And how about a burger for this bonus meal? My brunch burger with a maple Dijon drizzle, and not forgetting the white cava sangria to go with it. Before the break, I got the hash browns out of the air fryer and the perfect bacon from the oven. Then made the patties for the burger, mixing ground beef with breakfast sausage, maple syrup, and a little garlic powder and salt and pepper. Then made a ball and got them into the pan, pressing down but making an indentation in the top to help them end up with a nice smooth shape. Then gave each one a flip during the break and adding a slice of cheddar cheese as they finished. And the cheese is just melted. It's ooey gooey coming along the sides here. And I can feel they firmed up and really have that form for that burger. And I believe that these are ready to take right off. I'm just gonna let these rest over here because I'm gonna use this pan in a little bit here. So I put these over on our pan here. I just want to take any of that melted cheese and get that last little bit off. I'm cool with keeping all of those renderings because there was the pork sausage in there, the breakfast sausage. Because of that, that's a nice little bit of fat for me to be able to come back to and play with. But in the meantime, my friends, let's talk about a little bit of a sauce here. Burger needs a little sauce. It needs a little bit of that movement in the palate here. So we're going to start off with just a little bit of some mayonnaise. This is just your everyday traditional mayonnaise. Again, I'm a Duke's boy if you know me. I also am going to add just a little bit of some Dijon mustard. So I want to have that nice little bit of a vinegar bite behind it. And it wouldn't be brunch if we didn't bring that syrup back into play. We're going to add that same maple syrup that's inside our burger patty. That's now going to be coming into our sauce. We're just going to whisk this all together. And let's see how this all comes together. You're going to be thanking me afterwards, folks. You really will, because you're going to be sending me those photos at dinnerdeals@fox.com, showing me how you actually use the same sauce, because it is that fun, that good. And this is perfect. When you're having breakfast potatoes, this goes with it as well, and that's why it goes so well with the hash brown for this brunch burger. To grab my recipe for this brunch burger, though, it's easy enough to make through a hangover. Trust me, I promise. And the hair of a dog drink to go with it, too? Head to dinnerdeals.com. Just scan that QR code in the corner of the screen to find us. Okay, let's get some of these hamburger buns going, because it's getting to that point now where things are starting to come alive. Things are coming together over here. So I've got another hot pan over here, separate from the one that had my burger patty that I'm going to come back into. And I'm just going to take a little bit of some butter. I'm just going to put a nice little knob there, roll it around, and I'm going to just take my hamburger bun. I'm going to take some of where that butter was kind of pooling itself and rub it around first. I want to kind of get all of that and make contact with that butter so it forms a beautiful, beautiful crust here. I want a nice little bit of a golden brown over on this side here. While I still have this nice pan really warm, and with those fats that's already in there, I'm just going to add just a little bit more, a little touch more, and I'm going to add some butter this kind of go around, because I'm going to add some eggs. What I want with these eggs here is going to really bring everything together nicely. This is going to be the true star that just kind of brings a nice little bit of a topper to it there with what I'm looking for, which is going to just be a sunny side up egg over here. What I'm looking for over here is just for our whites to cook, the yolk to still be in beautiful, beautiful contact with everything here. And we're just going to keep an eye on this one here. Now this is going to take just a few minutes for it to really cook, but this is coming along really, really nice. While our last ingredients get done, we're taking one last break. When we come back, how to assemble the best brunch that you'll ever have in a bun. Ahead on Dinner Deals. Welcome back to Dinner Deals, where we're sharing ideas for a morning meal that's sometimes the other side of noon, as it's an idea for a boozy brunch. A burger made with a maple Dijon drizzle, plus a delightful drink, a white cava sangria. Before the break, I got the patties out of the skillet to rest while I made the drizzle, combining mayo with Dijon mustard and a little more maple syrup. Then used butter to toast up some buns, while I used the fat left from the burgers in the skillet to cook up a sunny side up egg. The moment you've all been waiting for. Assembly time. Now this has got to have steps, and this is going to have layers, and this is going to have everything working for you over here. But it's going to start off with already those toasted buns here, nicely golden brown right there. We're going to just take a smear first, okay? I'm just going to take a little bit of a smear, and I'm going to do my bottom bun first with that beautiful sauce here for our burger. And now this is going to start that layer of flavor here. That's going to get a little attention from our friend Mr. Hash Brown over here. That's going to go sit right on top of that beautiful, beautiful sauce. And it fits perfectly, and that's really what you want over here. This is truly all about having portion and having it just right. We've got our burger that's going to go sit right on top of our patty over here. And then we're going to top that with a beautiful sunny side up egg. Look at that. Look at that. We've got our bacon. I'm going to take 2 strips of bacon here, form a nice X over our egg over here. And then we can have a little bit more fun with that drizzle piece of it all here. I'm going to take that whisk, and I'm just going to kind of whisk it out a little bit as I'm going to just let it just dance and come down right on top of our burger like so. And then for good measures, that nice bun right on top. You know, this is a brunch burger, my friends, okay? And if you had the week that you've had at work, sometimes you want to have something that's a little bit messy. It's fun, it's different, and it's just a way to just celebrate it. And look, it's even sliding off of it because it's like, please just get to me right now with that egg that's just drizzling right out. Ooh, I can't wait to dig right into that one. And to wash it all down, we have this beautiful sangria here. Oh, look at that right there. You know, just for good measures. Breakfast of champions, my friends. You too can be a champion. All you need to do is just grab the recipe for my brunch burger with a maple Dijon drizzle, plus how to whisk up a white cava sangria to go with it. Just grab the details. All of it is ready to print at our website, dinnerdeas.com. Just scan the QR code down there in the corner to find us. And that's where you can find all the brunch ideas from this week in case you missed them. Starting with a spring vegetable frittata and French toast casserole. Then we made enfriolatas filled with scrambled eggs, chorizo and cheese, rolled eggs and salsa. Then the classic diner sandwich infused with Latin flavor. Or shrimp and grits with andouille sausage, plus pancakes, but baked, which we just made yesterday. And don't forget, if you make any of these, take a photo and send it to us. Email us at dinnerdeas@fox.com, or if you're on Facebook, send us a message. Find us at facebook.com/dinnerdeas. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time with some actual ideas for dinner, not just brunch, or as we call them, Dinner Deas.